beef. I was Ripley with the mask. First skit was a test run, then he hit me with the bag. With the fadeaway, put him in the cage. Trying to put the boy on ice, I hopped in the freezer bag. Isolated concentration, yeah, I really needed that. Penetrate for stimulation like we playing freezer tag. How you doing straight? I'm good. Like right before the cues, a nigga stay up on this D. You need 7, bring 500. I'm dumping G's and then taking my whole hood. Come try contract on the blues. Come sign in. I got the low main on the flow, man. Like Chinese. The way I pull it with the bag and drop off like Kyrie. All white Air Force Ones, boy, but you can't find these. Popping in my section, the veteran don't need a weapon. Spank a baby if he asks for it until he learns his lessons. Good G's. APD, you're not gonna catch me with anything. I don't ride with anything.
What do you want to be known as?
I mean, my name is Dish. That's what I'm 30, man. That's what I want to be known as. Now, if we talking musically, my name is Str8face. You know, straight. Y'all can look me up on all platforms. Str8face42. My name is Deshaun, man. I'm just a regular guy. You know.
So tell me, okay, how did you get the name, rap name, Str8face? Where did that come from?
Okay, so originally my rap name was Straight D. You know, when I was little, they used to call me Lil D. You know, as I got older, I didn't. I'm not that big in stature, but I was grown, and I had a little bit of respect. So it wasn't a big D, it wasn't a little D, and one of my friends who doing some federal time now, he was like, "So your name just Straight D, huh?" And I was like, you know, and he meant to just like D, you know, and I was like, "No, yeah, straight. I like that, Straight D." And it went to Straight D for to that to one of my little brother. He just started calling me fake Straight Face. He just because I don't know why I always smile. You know, I always got a smile. I'm not always happy. You know, but because you know whatever. But he just started calling me Straight Face, and it just stuck, and I just went with it. And that's just what it. The 42 is you know some numbers in my area where I grew up at, but you know I'm not in a gang. Never been in a gang, don't gang bang, don't plan on it. I'm from a neighborhood. You know, I'm from where people grew up together about 10, 20 years. So yeah, that's how the name came about.
So how long have you been rapping, man?
I've been rapping since I was 11. I made my first recorded track. I was staying 755 Russell, Akron, Ohio, in the V. I made my first recorded track with a guy named K Young. I think his name was like Kindness or something like that. But yeah, and ever since then, well, I can't say ever since then because I I did that, and then it was just like I didn't really have an interest in rapping. I was living the life I was living, and once I went to the penitentiary at 18 years old, I started having something to talk about, and then I started being able to sit down and think about the things I've been through, and was like, you know what? Let me just start writing. At first, it just came down to me journaling, and then I just started rhyming with it. Then like, it just went from there, you know. So you know, I never considered myself a rapper back then, but now absolutely.
Okay. Man, I heard some of your music because, I kind of look through all of the material that people have on their page when, they come to my show. And man, the music was really cool. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I thought it was, it sounded different. It didn't sound like something that would necessarily come from Akron, Ohio, in my opinion.
Right.
But,
Right.
I mean, maybe Akron, Ohio is maybe pumping out, a little bit more than people think they are, right? Because that's just perspective. Because I heard the other lady who was on my show, Dior, and her sound was good too, man. So I mean, shout out to Akron, Ohio, man. I mean, I think y'all doing y'all thing over there.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right in the stance. You know, yeah, definitely shout out Dior. Akron has his own style. Akron has his own. Um, and I'm not dimming no light on my city, but this is real. We have our own just box, and a lot of people like to stay in that box. A lot of people that are talented from our city that do got views, and they like to stay in the box that they're in. They like to just keep the same flow, and there's nothing wrong with that if it's working for you. So yeah, man, I love my city, man. I love our music. It's very passionate. It's very deep. You know, it can be very energizing too at times, but I wouldn't call it universal. and that's the problem with um my city and a lot of our artists. We're not universal, and well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm very universal, very universal. So I'm gonna separate myself from that. But a lot of people from Akron, Ohio, are not universal. They just have the Akron style, and that's. I mean,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with that when that's where you've been born, raised, and
Mhm.
whatever. You don't, but some. I think like Steve Harvey said, a lot of people scared to jump. A lot of people scared to hop out that box and just try to, explore every corner of yourself.
So,
Um,
so what's the difference from well, what are the elements of the Akron rap style in contrast to like your evolved rap style? What's the difference?
I would say this. I think a lot of Akron rappers are conscious of what they say. They just
Mhm.
like, let me think about what was pleasing the city or pleasing the people I'm speaking to. Me, I speak from whatever the hell I've been through. I don't care who listening. I don't care if you can relate. I mean, I do want people to relate, but I'm bleeding when I rap. A lot of people are and from I see they're very cautious. They're very, oh, it got to sound like this, or this, that ain't it, or because they trying to keep up with the culture, and that's
Mhm.
fine. Me, I create my own culture. I rap my own style. However I feel when I get in the booth, that's what the fuck I'ma do. And I don't care if that's not the Akron style, or if that's not the Cleveland style, or the Canton style. That's D style. That's my style. That's how I'm coming, natural. So
Okay.
that's what I feel like the difference is. I'm not saying people don't come natural. I'm not saying people from Akron don't come natural, but I feel like a lot of it is they try to put out, and you are supposed to make music for the people to hear, but
Mhm.
also we're supposed to do things from the heart. We're supposed to do things that feel natural to us, right? So
Right.
when I get in the studio, I'm not thinking about my city.
Okay. I
I'm
got
thinking
you.
about what I'm finna say. I'm thinking about what I've been through. I'm thinking about relaying this message right and getting this off my chest. I'm not thinking about what the city want to hear. It just so happened they like to hear it too.
Well, man,
So
it's definitely some passionate rhymes that you have, man. I mean, I could definitely feel where you was coming from, and yeah, I mean, overall, the production quality was top notch for me, and that was something that we might have to talk about because I like that production value, man. Y'all really did y'all thing with those videos, and even just like the choreography and just actually everything just meshing together well. It had a very distinct and professional look to it. Like it could have just been on any other old rap station, playing as a video. So, y'all need to pat yourself on the back for that, man.
I'm gonna say, not
Mhm.
to
Go
cut
ahead.
you off, but just real
Oh, go
quick,
ahead.
that's in respect due to Rob Bruce was the puppet master man on the video, and Rich the Firestarter, my producer, he was the one, with the music. He the one who make me sound. However, that sound that you hear, that's Rich the Firestarter. The look that you see, that's Rob Bruce. So that's them too. Appreciate it for sure.
Well, you got a great cast and support of people behind you, man. I want to encourage you to keep moving forward because I could see you moving up one day, man, with the type of music that you putting out there, man. Let's see, around 16, 17, I had a group called Dark Hours in Chicago. And that was a long time ago. I opened up for a couple famous rappers now, and I did the Taste of Chicago, Taste of Austin. Um, I got probably the first rap video on YouTube.
Man, that's big.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, we had some good people behind us too, but you see the problem was in Chicago, man, we was just a little bit too knuckleheadish, and it was too much other things to get into. I mean, I had interviews with the newspapers and things like that, but we just couldn't stop being us, and that's unfortunate, But yeah, man. So let's jump ship, man. I want to talk about. You mentioned that you had like some things that happened in your past that was unfortunate too, and that got you in some rough situations, man. I want to know, like, what was that all about, man? So I just really wanted to know, like, I just really want to understand, like, your upbringing and how did you get into the situation that you said you had been into. You said that you went to prison, and that's something that a lot of people, especially in our communities, go through, and it's something where it's totally avoidable as long as people pass that knowledge down. So that's what it's really about for me, is sharing that story so that other people cannot make those mistakes.
Yeah. Um, it was really as simple as, man, one of the first things that I've heard when I was little was, man, the streets is really gonna bring you, death for jail. And that is so real. That little saying that we just blow over just is so true and so accurate. That's that's basically, but the difference with me, my mom has been clean for 20 years, and I'm gonna start there, and I'm gonna leave her story there because she's a homeowner. My mom is doing great. She's the head of the snake. My mom is the breadwinner in our family, so I'm gonna leave her story there. You might want to do some investigating on her for real, but she's the head of the snake, and when she fell, we fell. That's what comes with being the head of the snake also. So when she was going through her trials and tribulations, you know, of course people have been through worse things, but we done went through the no water, no gas, no like. If anybody who know me from Akron, Ohio, y'all know. I'm not gonna gas the story up too much because I know people who's been through worse. We stayed with the dope man. Billy. A lot of people know Billy. He tried to turn the hoe into a housewife. Respectfully, sorry, mama, I love you, but he tried. You know what I'm saying? That was the situation, and he took us in. He took all the the kids and all that, and my mom was going through her emotions and all that. But when she decided to put herself first, it trickled down all of us. Um, but it probably stopped at me. We was all foster care or whatever. I moved with the uncle and grandma. Of course, I was the youngest. So when we come back home, I'm 15. Still a loose cannon, man. I'm 15 years old. I'm still robbing, stealing, drug dealing, all the extras, whatever. So when I turned 18, make a long story short, I ended up doing 5 years, for robbery, and the Grand Theft Auto. Well, it wasn't Grand Theft Auto. It was willfully fleeing, or willfully fleeing, or failure to comply. Failure to comply, uh, robbery, armed robbery. Um, and that was it. Did I think I had a weapons under disability also. I did
Okay.
5 years for that. I actually
Can you
I
ex-
did
can
2.5 years. Huh?
can you I'm sorry to cut you off. Can you explain that weapons with a disability thing, because that's something that's particular to Ohio. A lot of people won't understand that.
So it doesn't mean I'm crippled, crazy, blind, or none of that. It what it means is I'm under disability because I'm a felon, or because I don't have a CCW. I'm disabled. I'm not supposed to have a weapon. When you are not supposed to have a weapon, you're under disability. Period. They just changed the Ohio law, so now you don't have to have a concealed carry weapon. Concealed carry, concealed carry, whatever. But now, yeah, I mean, you don't have to have it. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you had to have it. You had to have that type of shit. So you couldn't just carry a weapon. Plus, I was 18 years old. I wasn't even. It was a handgun. I wasn't even 21. So it was just a lot of disabilities that gave me that felony in the third degree. And I I did 2.5 years on that five, came home on judicial, didn't really understand the severity of not smoking weed and not drinking. I'm 21. I just turned 21. I came home from prison. I'm feeling like, oh, I'm not going back. Went right back 60 days later. Finished my 2.5 year sentence. Yeah, I was only out for 60 days. Right. Went back and did the 2.5. I was home for a year. I came home 2000 and what 18 or 23. Yeah, no, yeah, 18. I came home 2018. Um, I was out for a year. That's when I started to rap. I was straddling the fence though a lot, man. I was going to college, Stark State University for culinary arts, but I was still doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do good, but I was playing both sides. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what happened. Both sides happened. It caught up to me because one thing about the streets, you cannot play both sides. That's who get done the worst. So after I did that five, I played both sides. Came home, was only home for 12, 13 months, and I went back and did another 4 years. It hurt me, man. That right there was the most confusing time of my life. I didn't understand how I just did 5 years. I thought I was ready. I thought I prepped myself, talking to myself, and I'm a move. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you don't have a lot of temptations inside them walls. It's not a lot of things you can do to tempt you from getting off your rocker. If you wake up and you got an everyday routine in prison, 9 out of 10 you're gonna stay on it. But when you wake up out here in this world and you got females texting you and your boys want to link up and they going out tonight and it's too many vices, it's too many distractions. I'm not saying it's too many, but it was too many for me.
Mhm.
And it'd be too many for a lot of people. So it'd be easy to pump that energy in yourself behind the wall. Oh yeah, because that's what you're doing currently. You're not really distracted too much. You know what I'm saying? There's not really too many distractions. But when you come out here in this world, um, be ready, man. You know, definitely be ready and be humble. You know, be humble because I'm still humbling myself. I still catch
Yeah.
myself like, oh yeah, you need to humble your. I talk to myself, man. Like,
Right.
dude, you need to chill. You need to humble yourself. You know. So, but back to the story. So I did the 4 years. Okay, and I explain that I wa- I came home in 2023. I was rapping again. I'm doing my music, but this time I'm a little bit more heavy in it, man. I was a little bit more aggressive with it. You know, I got my license now. I got my two little brothers, my little bros next to me. You know, and I feel like let a nigga play. I didn't have the humility at that point. At 23, I didn't have the humility.
None of us
I
do.
had the humility, and I was just like, I'm 5'6", man, and I was probably like 130 pounds, but I felt like I'm the big go walk around. And you know what? That confidence took me a long way, but my pride dropped me, man. You know, confidence, took me, some good ways, but that too much of that pride. Ain't that as a man you're supposed to have pride, but too
Amen.
much of it will sink your boat, man. So
Hmm.
I got into it with somebody, shot the man. 7 days later, his whole family moved to Atlanta. I'm like, yeah, I made it. His literally, this is facts. His name Roy. These are all facts, public record. You can look me up. I already said my name. All facts. Made this man uproot his whole family and move to Atlanta. I didn't make him. That's what he felt like doing. So
Hmm.
I did my time. I paid my dues for it. I did my time for it. Um, and I talk to myself like, you know what? Like you see how I'm saying it now, and it's not humble. I'm like, oh yeah, uprooted. That's not
Right.
that's the shit I'm trying to correct about myself. Because if I would
Right.
have killed that man, we wouldn't be here today.
You're exactly right, man. You're
So
exactly
you know
right.
what? That's what I mean by I'm not perfect, and I'm always gonna continue to correct my fucking self. Cause I should have never said that. I should have never
Mhm.
said that. Cause But anyway, man, I did my time for it. I came home. I'm home now, man. I was out for this shit not over with, man. I was out for 5 months when I came home after I did the 4 years. I was out for 5 months. Um, I'm gonna beat this story down real quick. I
Okay.
wake up in the
Yeah.
middle of the night. The female I'm dealing with, she on the phone arguing and screaming. Somebody then pulled up to our place of residence. Somebody came to our home. And I defended our home. And that's all I'm gonna say about that because I only did 7 months for a parole violation. It wasn't for nothing else. And I'm gonna leave that at that. But then after I did that 7 months for the parole violation, I moved to San Diego, California with my big brother, Darrell. He extended his hand, Princess, his baby mom, Princess. They extended their hand and said, "Bro, my brother Darrell, I'm literally a split image of his life. I literally followed in all his footsteps. He got 13 years in. You know what I'm saying? And he literally was like, bro, I'm really literally responsible for who you are right now. So it'll be my honor to tell you, leave that shit, man, and come out here, man.
That's
Come
a
out here and change
huge.
your life.
That's a huge amount of accountability, though. And that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing from you, and then I'm hearing that your big brother actually understands that as well. That form of accountability. That's pretty rare. For people to take a look at themselves from the outside. Looking in. I call it like the fish tank theory.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yeah.
fish in tanks don't understand that they are in a tank. They think they're in the ocean, right? But they just keep
Right.
hitting some barrier. But when you can extend yourself mentally and look at yourself inside of the whatever structure that you're in that is not allowing you to move forward in life, then that's a huge amount of accountability, man.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's dope, man. I appreciate you saying that. That's gonna help a lot of people out though, for real.
Right. No, yeah, I mean, because we flawed, right? Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like hide it and let the world scrape it out because we are flawed,
Mm.
or live in it, accept it, and embrace it and be like, okay, who's gonna get on the internet and talk about me being short? I already said it. I don't care. I love it. Whatever. I'm 5'7". Who gives? I got a beautiful woman. You know, I mean, and there's other flaws of mine. And you know what? That might not even be a flaw. That's just something I see. I'm short. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I am so confident in the skin that I'm in, with the brain I have, the way I think, the things I've been through. I'm so confident. I'm so happy with who I am. And I know I'm not the best. I know I'm not the best. And I don't try to wake up and be perfect. I wake up and be me. And I know I do have to fix a lot of things about me, man. I'm nowhere near where I want to be as a grown ass man. I'm grown, but I'm still, I'm 30 and I'm grown, but I still know I'm not a grown ass man yet. You get what I'm saying? And I know that. Humbly, I know that.
Well, I think that's something that we all strive towards as men, that we all want to reach that pinnacle, where we can confidently say that we are 100%, so I wouldn't feel like, you walking amongst complete men everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you absolutely are not. We all are fighting our childhood temptations. We all are trying to, reach that echelon where we feel totally complete and we feel confident. So, nothing's wrong with that, man. Just keep on striving, keep pushing, and keep trying to represent who you are and spread the best light to everybody else, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what we doing right here today, man. Just by two brothers, talking positively to each other and, talking about your story. And I'm going to throw in some elements of mine. But really, that's what this is about, is building people. And, as long as you building people, you are actually being the man that you're supposed to be. That's it. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, man. But other than that, like I said, I moved to Cali with my brother, and I was out there working and doing all that, and I'm definitely gonna leave the story of why I came back. I'm gonna leave that out because I know I'm pretty sure people are gonna ask, why the did you come back to Ohio? I know a lot of people's gonna ask that. So we gonna juice y'all up and get y'all a little hang there, little hang cliffhanger, and we'll talk about that on another one. But I came back for my peace of mind. I came back for my sanity. I did not come back for homesickness. I could give a fuck about what the hell was going on down here. I came back for my peace of mind, and I'm gonna leave that at that. But I came back, and I've been back since Thanksgiving, and I'm here now. Like everything has been taking place. I've been doing what I've been doing, and here we are. A couple months later. That's literally
So
that's it.
so how far is it since you've been out? Are you still on probation, or are you
I got 2 parole visits left, and I'm off. I've been on parole since I was 18 years old. I see them Monday, and then 7 days after that, I do not have to deal with them people no more, man.
Well, walk real slow, man, so we can have you out, man. We need strong, positive people, man, like you out. Just stay in the house, dog. Don't come out. I was gonna tell you, don't video with it. I can hold this video off totally. Trust me, I got about probably. I'm backed up a month or two, so I think you go clear that.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, and like I said, man, you're going to get the review anyway. You're going to be able to see it, you know what I'm saying, to control it. So anything you don't like. And, I think people deserve to hear, like, your story. Maybe even your PO one day will look back and look at this and be like, man, I really understand where he coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our young men get stuck in the situations that you came from. Everything that you said draws so many similarities to my own personal upbringing. From having a mother who got hooked on drugs during that pivotal stage when I was just 13, 14, messing up our whole, I went from straight A's to straight F's within 2-3 months, and then I went from one city to the other within a year. Well, I was in Chicago to start, but then I moved to Indiana. Then I had to move back when that happened. So it was this huge culture shock for me. And, having to deal with the pain of having a mother who is strung out and, all this stuff that I've never been used to, it destroys your brain for a long time. It led to me doing a lot of things that I should never have been involved in. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, we share similarities 100%, damn near everything that you said, man. That's why doing stuff like this is important, man, because, we got to build with each other. Definitely being men. We can always sit around, drink and smoke and do all these vices and things like that. But when is it a time for us to build and be honest with each other and have an honest conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your honesty, man.
Right. Like it's like when is the passing of knowledge is gonna be intoxicating? When is the feeling of finding somebody relatable and passing game is gonna be the same as taking a shot and do say?
Mm.
When you getting game or you passing game, when is that gonna feel like, ooh, yeah, hell, like when is gonna get that feeling of your dopamine go get a triggered from knowledge? When is your dopamine levels gonna get triggered from knowledge or passing the game or just
Wow.
building?
Wow. I feel you 100% on that. Because we can always,
Like,
yeah.
when we talk about God or when you tell a young nigga try to give him something, it's like, when is that gonna become something like, ooh, tell me more? I need to know more. Keep talking. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, when is that gonna be intoxicating, man? It's intoxicating. It's already intoxicating to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it. I love learning. I love being like, damn, I could have did it like that. Or man, it's intoxicating to me. So when is it gonna be common for knowledge to be intoxicating?
But you know what? When they see us, when they see two men having a conversation and, you know, we not downing each other, you know what I'm saying? We trying to build each other up. That example is when things become intoxicating for other people, for kids to watch this and be like, man, I understand his story and I don't want to be a part of it. I respect it, but I'm learning from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning from these dudes. And I think that's what's up, man. I think we do a little bit too much jive talking, and we need to probably just get together and actually build with each other more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is doing it. Everybody else.
Yeah, they say a smart man learn from other people, a dummy learn from himself, man.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you should say that because that's one of my rules in life. Is when I get around somebody who has more intelligence than me, or they have a story, or they have wisdom to share, then I put my brain on autopilot, and I don't talk. I don't say nothing. I just absorb everything they say. I don't need to interject. I just take what you give me because it's something that's gonna make me make a good choice in life.
In there, something in there. It might be one thing, but it's in there.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Agreed, man.
So let me ask you, man, and not something directly related to you, but you were in prison, right? That had to be quite the journey. And I know a lot of people want to know about that. I mean, right now we got some clowns on social media talking about prison, glorifying it, you know, like, you know, we got everywhere from, you know, people talking about how much fun they had in there, how many people they shanked, to booty warriors and crazy shit like that. You know, that's the stuff that's being put out there on social media. So I want to know, like, what did you see in prison that changed you and made you say, this is not the place for me?
So let me just hold on with me for a second. Just hold on with me for a second. So I didn't see nothing inside of prison that made me feel like, oh, this is not the place for me. Let me tell you the scariest thing about being in prison is not the food, not the gangs and guys, not the COs, man. When you, and excuse my language, but when you are rushing 3 or 4, 5 years off your life that you're not going to get back, how is that not the scariest thing in the world? When we got one life to live, you sitting back like, I need these next 5 years to fly. What? When you got 15, 20 years, you like, man, I need to hurry up. Time needs to fly by. That's the scariest thing. When I woke up one day and I realized that, because I mean, I don't know if you're familiar, but I've been, to a lot of prisons in Ohio, and I've been to the worst prison in Ohio. It's not Lucasville, it's Lebanon. Lucasville, you be locked up a lot. It's very dangerous, but you be locked up a lot. Lebanon is level 3, they out here. Shanks, it's real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, no exaggeration. So I used to pray at night, man, that God would, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew that was the only person to protect me. I was not the gang. That was the only person that could have got me out of there. So I used to pray at night. Not on no sucker shit, but like, I'm humble and I'm human. You can take me out. I bleed like everybody else. Lord, help me make it out here to my family. That's how serious that prison was. So, but And I went back to that prison, like I said, when I turned 21, I went back to do the rest of the time, right? But I started being like, man, you know what? I need to start looking at this clock. I need to stop rushing this time I got and be like, let me make use of it. My last 2.5 years is where I got my GED. When I went back, that's when my first time actually completing a course a college course was in prison. Because I said, I'm about to stop wasting this time. Because right now I'm just laying back like, man, go, clock. I need the clock to go. What y'all doing is another holiday. I need this shit to run. That is the scariest shit in this world, bro. I did 10 years, bro. Since I was 18, and I have nothing to show for it, my nigga. I'm scared. I don't have nothing but the money in my pocket, man. I could have did 10 years in college, man, and be living a whole different life, man. You understand what I'm saying? So COs, niggas, all that bullshit ain't about nothing. If you a man, you can stand under all of it. You can stand up under all of it. Mm. But if you a man, you gonna look at that clock and be like, this is not cool. For the only one life I got to live. I'm rushing this 8 years. I'm rushing this 1 year. Don't matter. You can't get it back. You can get all the money back. You can get all the lawyer fees back. You can get your baby mama back. You know what I'm saying? Your kids will fuck around and love you again, hopefully. But you will never get that time back, sir. Ever. That's the scariest thing about being in prison. And if a nigga think that's cool, man, go ahead on, man. If you think wasting your only life, a day of your only life is cool, around a whole bunch of hard legs, my nigga, it's not cool, my nigga. And I don't want to be around it. I don't support it. I don't condone it. It's not cool.
Amen. Now that's a public service announcement right there, because that's something that's going. Hold on for a second, you dropped the jewel right there for real, man. I love it. I love it.
Man, it's deeper than the baby moms and the side.
Yeah.
Side pieces, man.
Yeah. That's what people need to hear right there, man. I hope I can clip this.
That's gonna give them goosebumps.
Yes. Yes.
It's going. The only one you got.
Straight from the source.
And to be honest, I believe in God, but we don't know. I know. I feel like I know where I'm going, but at the end of the day, we don't know. So it's like, man, don't waste this one, man. Come on, man. I'm done doing that time shit. Oh, that's over with, man. That's over with.
I was gonna ask you, is it something that you could say to the youth, that will help them to understand and realize that prison and gang culture and criminality is not something that they want to invest their time in? And I think you just answered the question before I could even ask it. So that's a profound thing for me, man. I mean, that was real cool. I think that was prolific, because I haven't heard somebody express it that way and with that much passion, you know what I'm saying, and that much care for somebody else, because that's what you projected right there. To me, it seemed like you projected that because you've already lost those years. It seems like you're trying to transcend that. You're trying to take that and give it to somebody else so they can use it the right way and not make that same mistake. And that's what we need more of. So I think you got a very encouraging future, man. You got to stay in the house for the next 2 months. Don't do shit. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, please.
I got my woman. I promise you, man. I do everything in my power to I just lost a good friend. I just lost a good friend. Remember I said I went and did the 7 months? I was incarcerated with my dude Y2, man. He was a good music artist. He just died last night, man. So, and I knew this was my dude. He just inboxed me and was like, where you at? Come pull up on me and, let's brainstorm. And he lost his life last night, man. So I'm in the house, man. Yeah, I'm in the house, man. Yes, sir.
Well, man, my condolences. My condolences to you, and to his family. And what was his name? Can you say his real name? It's okay if you don't.
I don't want to say his real name. Respect of his family.
Okay.
Stuff,
I got you. I see what you're saying, but still and yet, my condolences, and I'm real. Things like that always hit me too, because when we lose people, man, that's something that we just cannot. We just can't really deal with it sometimes, man, and it's tough, especially when you're close to somebody and you're trying to build with them and grow with them. You think you got these ideas of you and them being friends forever and shit, and then it's over with. It's a tough pill to swallow. So shout out to. Really?
He was motivated, bro. Like all he wanted to do is like he just wanted to do his music. He just wanted to do music. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to do music. And it was like, I don't know what happened that night. I mean, I read the article. They said, in the article it said he walked down on somebody and shot them up. And that person went in the bar, ran in the bar, and he followed them and they turned around and killed him. So I mean,
See?
I'm gonna leave it at that, man. You know, because I mean, I'm just gonna leave that at that, man. I'm just gonna leave that at that. You know, I'm definitely gonna leave that at that because I'm gonna say this too one more time. If I feel
Yeah,
like
go
I
ahead.
need a weapon to go somewhere, I'm not going. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
I'm not going. If I even think about like, damn, do I need my gun? Oh yeah, I'm not going.
That's smart. That's called deductive reasoning right there.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, so
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna
oh, I'm
say,
about to
man,
go
you
to the
said,
bar.
uh,
Should I take the pistol? Nah, I'm not going. I'm not going. My
mm-hmm.
girl will go out. My girl just went out. She go out. I'll be at the house. I'm chilling. I don't, you know, she can go have her fun. I'm cool, man.
Okay.
You know, I'm just cool.
You got somebody to support you. Seemed like she was back there doing her thing. I see her in the background moving around. That's cool. You got her with you. Y'all got any kids, man? What's up with that? I didn't get to ask that. You got any kids? What's up with
Man,
that?
I'm 30, man. I have two beautiful stepdaughters. I do not have no biological kids. Like I
Okay.
said, man, prison time has robbed me of a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things that even when I talk about it, it just like makes my head hot, and it's like, damn, why don't you have kids? And it's just like, I want a daughter, I want a child, period, but I want a little girl so bad. I don't have mommy issues, but you know, I want a child, man. I do want a child,
Right.
man. And it's like it's you know what? When you out here doing your thing, it's a good thing to be like, I ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But when you building with a grown woman, or when you building with a motherfucker like you, that's just like, damn, nigga, you ain't got no kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's having kids is not bad. That's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is.
You know?
But you right at a good age. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if you got a good structure, you know, you and your lady, you know, y'all got something good and positive going on. And I guess, you know, and just if she a great lady, man, you already got kids right now. You know what I'm saying? If y'all with each other, yeah, you got kids. You know.
Daughters, I want. I got both. I got two of them. Yep.
I bet you seem like that you are a good dad, and it seems like one day you're gonna be a good dad when you have a kid. You know, from your own.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. You have a lot to share, and you know I'm sure that's gonna work for you. So man, so yeah, okay. So you don't have any kids. What's something that you working towards, man, in the future? What's on the horizon for you?
Um, like I said, man, in the last 2 months, in the last month, when all this viral stuff went, I mean, I'm gonna speak before that. I'm gonna speak before the whole viral thing and all that.
Yeah, I was gonna get to it. I wasn't gonna let you walk away without that one.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I want to give you, I want to give you like the genuine, like I don't want to give you like now where I'm at now because now I'm about to be a content creator. But you know, I'm gonna give you the realistic, my vision. You know, when I was before all that, man, I was about to go back to school for culinary arts, man, and I was just gonna stack me some money, buy me a house, man, and just live a simple life. Simple. I didn't like. I was gonna do my music, hopefully, and hoping that pop, but that was plan C and D now as a grown man. My plan A was like career, real job, family. Like, don't okay. Hopefully, you do be a millionaire one day, but right now, you need to focus on like stability and being realistic with your life. You just did 10 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? Get a job, go back to school, get you a real life trade or something like that. So that's what my mind was focused on: just saving money, going to school, and just letting God really take the wheel. Um, and that's literally still what I was doing. Like I said, man, when I went live, bro, I wasn't I mean, I was driving, but I wasn't grabbing the wheel. Jesus had the wheel, bro. I've been pulled over. If you go and look, I want to say a month or 2 weeks before that, I went viral just in my city. I got like 15, 20,000 views. I just got pulled over. You know what I'm saying? They always put. I just got pulled over 2 days ago. I stay getting pulled over, man. Like literally, that's just they see dreads, they see the melanin, and then they just like let's just see what's going on.
Right.
You know, it doesn't make it right, but that's just that. So my thing was just like, trying to save money and getting myself back in school and just getting me a job, bro. I didn't have no plans on doing nothing major. I was just like, D, get you a bank. I just opened me a bank account and stuff like that. Like I was being realistic with my life. You know what I'm saying? Before the viral shit, I was like just realistic. Ask my girl. I'm looking for jobs every day. You know what I'm saying? Just real life shit. So that's what was going on with me, man.
Okay. So on that viral moment, right? Because I think I want to say that's how I kind of caught you, man. Somehow that came across my feed, and I watched it, and I mean, it was enlightening, and it was hilarious at the same time, because you kind of, just like you do when you rap, you owned the scene. You know what I'm saying? They pulled you over, but you was pulling them over because you had total control. You know what I'm saying? So walk me through how that happened, man, how that viral moment took place.
And shit, man. Just like I say, I ain't giving you no hard time. Confidence is key. Confidence is key, man, and I love it. You like I said, man. You can walk into a bank, man, and tell them, hey, y'all get the bill. Hold on, the officer's back. You know what I'm saying? If you have the right confidence, I promise you it can happen. So that literally, man. They came up to the car, and I was just sitting up, but I was like, I'm not about to wig out, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna be not sarcastic. All right, man. But I'm gonna know I know the fine line. I done dealt with CEOs, I done dealt with state troopers, I done dealt with fucking rent a cops, I done dealt with APR. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know how to deal with somebody who has total control and still take it from him humbly. So when he put up to my car, basically, I felt like he seen a ray of sunlight, man. He seen a confidence, a positivity that he knew he couldn't. You knew you wasn't bringing me down. You knew you wasn't bringing me down because I was too, and I'm not gonna say happy, but I was too confident for you. What do you need? License? We want to search. How you doing? I'm smiling. I'm not finna, man, what's up, man? That hostility right there, even if you don't have nothing on you, fellas, that hostility right there, you're down 2 points. Don't do it.
Wow.
Don't do it. Don't be hostile. For what? Even if you do got something on you, it's a lose-lose, right? So I mean, you got all your chips in the bag. Why the fuck be hostile? Play it like that, and you might get away with something.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, man, and this is my first interview, man. I'm not gonna say what, but if they would have pulled me out that car, man, I definitely would have went to jail. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that at that. 100% fact. But like I say, man, I'm gonna preach this again to the youth. I'm not telling y'all if y'all doing anything illegal to give yourself up. I mean, whatever, but don't make it worse. And confidence, man, confidence, man. Be confident. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, you literally, so that's all. You just got to be confident, man. And I want to say this too, though. It's not really about me. That officer, when he came up to my car, he wasn't clutching his gun. He didn't say, "Hey, cut the car off." He wasn't. He didn't give me nothing to make me feel like I was finna die that day. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. I'm being honest. And this is the bridge I'm trying to gap. APD or CPD or whatever PD. You don't have to be hostile when you pulling a young black man over, young black woman over, young white, whoever. Young black men, young black women, you don't have to be afraid when he's pulling you over. If everybody get on the same page, just be like, hey, hey, what's going on? Hey, it's not it's really a game of cat and mouse because for one, they can. I don't know about Chicago, but they cannot search your car without a probable cause. Like traffic stop, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You run a stoplight, that's fine. Fidgeting, they in there. Weed smoking, they in there. They in there. So don't give them a reason. Especially, I mean, come on, man. Just don't give yourself a crash out, man. I'm tired of seeing our people dying, man. I just made this song about Rodney Hinton, man. Not young, he's an older black man who he killed the cop. He ran a cop over the day before he ran a cop over. They killed his son. They innocently killed his son was running. He was in a stolen car. You know what I'm saying? And they gunned him down. And the man lashed out and did what he had to do. So I'm just tired. we really like literally it has to be a starting point to where we have to like it has to be a trend to where we like, okay, we know how to deal with these people.
Right.
Like let's leave them in the blind.
Right.
Let's not keep being the hostile black people.
Yeah.
What y'all want? What y'all want? No.
Yeah.
What's up, officer? How you doing?
You know, we are real quick, we losing your feed. I don't know if it is the Wi-Fi or if you are on Wi-Fi or not or whatever, but your feed is there. Yeah, that's getting better. Yep, let's try that. But yeah, man. Yeah, because everything you were saying was great, but like it looked like you was like being pulled apart and put back together or something. It was weird, but you know that happens.
Right.
But man, so you know that's what I noticed about that is that you know you didn't use anger and you didn't make the situation worse than it had to be. But then, just like you said, the officer as well didn't try to add to the situation to, you know, try to instigate, or it didn't seem like he had too many predispositions before he pulled up. It was just like, hey, you did this. And he was like, hey, yes, I did. And then, you know, well, let me go run your license and registration. And, you know, you was kind with it. And then boom, you know, you another black man who get to, you know, leave a scene and go home, right? And that's what many of yes, that's real cool. So if you could break it down into 4 easy steps for a young black man who's pulled over to make it home, what would those 4 easy steps be?
My 4 easy steps would be to engage. For one, do not refuse. Like for one, I mean, know your laws. For one, know your laws. That's number one. Know your laws. Whatever state you in, know your laws. If you know that all you got to do is slide your license out the window, you don't have to talk to them. Do it. Mm-hmm. Record and do it. You know, exercise your rights just like they exercise their power. So, but do it in a respectful manner. If you know you don't have to talk to them, don't mug them. Smile. There you go.
Mm-hmm. So
Engage. Be confident.
Number 1. Confidence. Number 2.
Confidence. Number 2. Number 3. Protect yourself. Record whatever you got to do. Yeah, protect yourself. If you got to call your mom, call somebody who you know is gonna listen and you know whatever. Protect yourself. And the last thing I want to say is make the officer, whoever, make them feel comfortable. Don't make them feel like you a threat, man. That's what make them hold on to that gun and make them do not make them feel like you are a threat. Don't like it, even if that means getting loud or smart rebuttals. Don't be sarcastic, man. Don't do none of that. Because at the end of the day, you don't know who pulling you over, a dickhead or a cool motherfucker. You don't know.
So emotional intelligence in a nutshell.
Yes. Emotional intelligence, man. And you know what? I don't even know what order, but definitely them 4 things for sure.
Dang, for sure. That's gonna save a life right there. So we at the part of the show, man, where I like to kind of talk about like things that's in the news, right? And I think you hit on something that was really good too with like Rodney Hinton. That was a very compelling story, and you know it's still moving forward. You know, but it looks like Mr. Hinton is probably looking towards some significant jail time for his actions. But it's this controversy though with this whole story because one, even though the narrative for the officers is that he had the gun, it's not necessarily apparent in the video. You know, the still frames don't really show it too well. It's more like just his personal account for it. And then, you know, there's this whole situation like why, you know, the kid clearly stole a vehicle too and was put in this situation to begin with because of his actions. But it seems like the public outcry is more for Rodney Hinton's son, you know, justice for his son. And what do you think about the public and their perception towards police officers That's a good story.
Definitely agree with the public if that's their opinion. Rodney Hinton was not legally right by what he did. In my mind, it was justified. You know what I'm saying? And in my culture, I feel like it was justified. Was it right? No. Would I have done the same thing? 9.5 times out of 10. I mean, it's just being real.
Right.
Not being emo. I don't even want to say not being emo. That's his son, man. And like I said,
Right.
he's not right because he took somebody's father. Rodney Hinton, he took somebody else's, but it's like, motherfucker is tired, man.
Mhm.
Um, if somebody is running away from you, okay, yeah, he stole the car. If somebody is running away from you, the laws of self-defense. I know this. If you can get out of that area, I mean, if you can escape that environment, you cannot kill nobody and say it's self-defense.
Right. And I feel you on that, but there's this theory with law where one, they're compelled to action for the public good, right? Because, for instance, if he ran with a gun and he got into one of our mother's vehicles and kidnapped her, you know what I'm saying? And they let him get away, then they held accountable for that. And then two, it's another theory, I wouldn't even call it a theory. I think it's just standard operating procedures for police officers to where if they have a duty to engage a person for one, and then they definitely want to, they want to go home as well, and you got that split second decision where somebody can pull a weapon really fast and shoot you, at the blink of an eye. It's really easy for us to kind of look back, and kind of Monday morning quarterback it, but then officers have to make this really quick split second decision. So, I mean, it's an argument going both ways, would you say? All right, we lost you for a second. We'll get you back in. Got you back?
My bad. We rolling.
Yeah, we good.
Apologies, man.
Nah, you totally good, man. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. Yep. I was just sitting here. I figured things happen. But yeah, I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was well, what I was explaining before you left was that, one, officers have that duty to engage a criminal, or someone who's engaged in a felonious activity for the public good. And then two, they got that split second decision to make in order for them to go home as well.
Right.
So it's a weird situation, man, but it was just kind of shocking to me to see, the feedback from the public. It was overall negative towards the police officers and more on the side of Rodney Hinton's, because I think that taps into, that fatherly, that who we are as fathers and the things that, losing a son. I think everybody bought into his pain, even though the officer, like you said, he was totally wrong for killing that officer, who had absolutely nothing to do with it, period, zip.
Yeah.
But he had this momentary break in sanity, it seems like, where he took that action, but it's, look how many lives are lost because of that one incident, man. It's just crazy to see. Now, I wanted to ask you too, man, what do you think? Because, we got a lot going on in the country, right? I mean, in Ohio, your vice president and our president, all of our vice president and our president, right, Trump and J.D. Vance, and they're doing a lot with this immigration stuff, man. What do you feel about that? Because the Hispanic people are really upset, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on with the deportations, and it's all focused on Hispanic people, and I'm sure a lot of other people are involved from other countries too, but the primary deportation measures are extended towards Hispanic people, people of Latin descent, even though those people voted in huge numbers, had a huge turnout for this president. What do you feel about that?
He really stripping America of what the fuck it is, man. The land of the free, the home of the brave. This is, I mean, y'all brought us over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and we built this mother. So it's just like you can't do that. You really are contradicting our Constitution.
That's true.
And he do provide jobs and all that stuff. Like it's pros and cons with every president. It's always pros and cons, man. But to shut somebody out of the United States, the land of opportunity, because of their race, literally, is racist, man. I mean, because they're not from here, doesn't matter. If they trying to come here and work and build a family, a lot of people's not from here.
But what about the status, like the status of them being illegal? What do you feel about that then?
You said what? The status about him being illegal?
The status of these people being in the country illegal, because that's the argument that they have.
Oh no, for sure. And you know what? And that's I said it's pros and cons because you have to be legal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just come over here. And you know what? And that's where I agree. Go through the motherfucking steps, man. Yeah, for sure. And this is for them. I love diversity. One thing's about me being in California, I was big. I love to see different cultures, different ethnicities, just different people. I loved it. But no, for sure, put the paperwork in because guess what? When we go into them food stamp offices and them banks to get them loans, we got to take the proper precautions.
Mm-hmm.
We do. Even over here as Americans, we have to take proper precautions. So I feel like, no, yeah, definitely, save yourself the trouble because y'all see who our president, y'all see what's going on. Don't kill yourself. Don't hurt your family. Don't do it the right way.
But do we?
Legally, that's my take on it.
I got you. But what about the fact that, like, okay, so the argument for these people is that it takes 5 to 10 years, sometimes maybe even longer to get the status of being legal with so many loopholes that you have to go through. But then, like what we witnessed when Trump and Elon Musk wanted white African farmers to come over to the U.S. and give them legal status, give them an emergency visa. It was just like a snap of the fingers, boom. And then on the other side is, if you got $1 million, we'll accept you into the country and give you a gold immigration card. Right? It's so many hypocrisies when it comes to what,
right?
So
when has it been fair? When has it been fair? No, you're right. And I'm not saying that it's right. But when has it been fair? I mean, if I had the right amount of money, or we can do things that other people couldn't, or the right amount of power or stature or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Status, we would be able to do things that other people couldn't. Does it make it right? No.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, and not at all. Especially when you at that pinnacle of power, when you are the president, you can't flex it like that. You have to be the most humble person around. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he has no humility. That's my problem with him as a president, as a leader, as of the greatest nation. You reckless a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're just a little reckless, man. You know what I'm saying? Little shit you firm about, but you put us at risk as a country as a whole. His first thing, the whole Ukraine thing and all that. He put us at risk, man. He did, arguing with the Kim Jong Un. I was in prison, so I sit back and watched a lot of this on the news. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Him just going back and forth, just petty stuff, man. He's I don't really have nothing bad to say about him. I don't really know enough about Trump, but do I want him as my president? Probably not. No. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you just not, he's just not fair. Now, yeah, you have to, okay, 5 and 10 years to get over here might be a bit too much. Now, I would encourage people to vote to change these laws. That's the only how it's gonna change. It's the small vote, the small law, not the presidential is the presidential shit, but these ballots, these votes, these laws that changes the real shit we need to be voting on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The small stuff. You know what I'm saying? That the school laws and the gun control and stuff like that. How long can it take for people to come over here? Them the things we need to be focusing on. You know what I'm saying? For our cousins, for our Mexican people, for like them the laws we need to be, you know what I'm saying? So if we care that much, like, it's bigger than just who's the president. Nah, we got to vote on these laws too. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to vote on these laws because they just keep them in place.
well, you just call Mexican people our cousins, but it's a lot of black people who don't really feel that way now because the fact that, like I said, that as a whole they unanimously voted for Trump on an epic level. You know, that got him, which was very big part of getting him into the White House to begin with, and now. You know, the Hispanic people are reaching out for African American support, and if you look online, a lot of black people are like, we ain't doing it. Nope, no way. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. And you know, and I take my cousin back. I take that back because that's a piece of knowledge I ain't that's a piece of knowledge I was lacking in. I ain't know that they had a big voting on him being I didn't know that. So it's our fault. It's at the end of the day, it's our fault. I mean, what the fuck y'all want us to do? You know, because like I said, we was calling y'all our cousins, but to know that y'all are a big reason why this man is in office, I mean, y'all kind of got to lightweight lay in that bed. And that's just that, man. Y'all gotta lay in that one. We already here. So yeah.
Hey, man, well, Deshaun, man, man, I've enjoyed the conversation with you, man. Everything that we've been talking about, man. I thought it was. I think it's something that can help people along the way, and it's just nice to actually have a good conversation with a solid brother just like you, man. It's nice to see. It's nice to see the entertainment side of what you're doing, man, and to kind of walk through that viral video. Which I'm gonna post that video too, man, if you don't mind. I thought it was just a really good video. I think it's actually gonna help some kids out when they see like, hey, I don't have to be so upset when I get pulled over. I think that was the overall message there, is that you can handle it, close it down, and get right back to life. So, man, I really appreciate it. But I know you got a lot of cool things that's coming up, man. Please check back in and keep me posted on what's going on, man. I'd love to do another show with you, man. Some people I don't want to do another show with.
Shoot, man, this was very humbling, man, and I'm honored, man. I am. You black man taking the liking of how my lifestyle is living and how I'm going, man, and you being intrigued, man. That's very humbling for me, man, because I still consider I'm just me, man. I'm just a regular guy. So it's humbling for me, man, but I'm definitely gonna keep you posted. Absolutely, man. It would be my motherfucking honor.
So man, there's gonna be people watching this show. How can a person get in contact with you, man?
Oh man, y'all can follow me on Facebook. I've just been verified. So Deshaun Finney, which is my real name, both lanes on Instagram, TikTok. I think my name is Str8face.
Str8face
42, yeah, or 4Z. I think it's Str8face4Z on TikTok. If not, I'm gonna post all my links on my Facebook tonight.
Okay.
And on YouTube, Move Humble ENT, Move Humble, man. That's where I want people to start following me at, man. I'm about to start streaming. I'm about to start giving people insights on my life, literally my everyday life when I wake up, the things I go through, the things I do. I'm definitely finna start streaming and giving y'all the rawness, man. So catch me on Move Humble ENT, definitely on YouTube for sure.
All right, man. Well, man, it's been real. I've enjoyed everything, man. And to my guests out there, I want y'all to have a great night and stay safe. Club Geneva checking out. Peace.
Thanks for having me, man. Respect.
No doubt, bro. All right.